Hi guys, it's Amy and you found Amy Loves Crochet. Thank you so much for your time. I do sincerely appreciate it every time you click on my videos. Today I went a little cotton crazy. I'm going to show you 4 different cotton kind of market produce bags that I've made off of different videos. I have a whole bunch of, I love this cotton. I was super excited when I bought it for the first time because it had been out there for a while, obviously. I got into it late in the game. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, the label's like this. Whoops. And each of these skeins is 180 yards, 3.5 ounces, and they suggest a 5.5 millimeter hook. So some of the bags, the pattern called for a smaller hook. I'm trying not to drop all of these, so let's try to do this. Okay. The first 2 call for a much smaller hook, a 4 millimeter hook. So that's what I did the first 2. The yarns that I use, the colorways, I'm trying to show them to you as I'm using them, but I'm dropping everything. Okay, start over. All right, let's try that one again. All right, so the first bag that I made was from Fuad, Azmat. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong. And it's a striped bag. She calls it the Desert Sunset Tote Bag, but I don't know that it necessarily reads sunset to me. But I just decided to use some different yarns, and I was trying to do some mixing and matching. So what we've got is Pink Teal Orange is the name of this one. Here, I'll just hold them up together there because we're trying to show the colors so nicely together. So that's this one. Again, Pink Teal Orange. And this one is called Dark Denim and Tart Orange. So, whoops. So I really think that they went well together. Part of my deal is that I try to randomize colors or stripe things in a certain way, but then I use a variegated, so that messes up kind of the striping. But I really liked how this one turned out. I would like to, when I was done with it, I thought, oh, it'd be a cute little tank top or whatever, but I'm just going to stick to my crochet bags. Now, if you don't like the little seam that you can kind of hardly see, I see it. I see it and it drives me crazy, but it is what it is. And it's just a simple market bag. And so I'm not going to sweat it. I'm not going to line it, and I'm not going to worry about it. So I love the colorway. I did the striping of my own desire based on hers doing, you know, like color and then cream or white in between each one. So this is definitely a project where you could change up the colorways any way that you wanted to. And I made a second one, and the weight is a little bit different. So maybe between 180 and 190 grams of 100% cotton is what we came up with here with a 4 millimeter hook. So this one, you've seen this yarn before in my, I did some pot holders with this. It's called River Run, and it's got all these really great neon greens and blues and browns and stuff. And I really like it. So the same thing kind of ended up happening. I used the denim again, and then I think I used some of this. So we're looking good, right? But the way that the striping starts to happen, you lose, see, there's that line again, and I see it immediately. Ugh. So, you know, I was trying to do some specific striping, but you almost can't see because of the way. Now look at the way the color pulled striping like that. That's kind of cool. I like that. And I have found that if you enter, see, like maybe I started a different skein of it here. Like I finished up, so all of that colorway, like it didn't continue the pull. It changed the pulling a little bit. But just trying to keep it simple, you know, just trying to enjoy it a little bit. And I know there are ways to do this without seeing that seam when you're working in the round, or when you're working to step up a level. There are lots of different techniques that you can use. And sometimes when I'm thinking about, you know, working on a different project or a new project, something like this, I mean, it's just a market bag. I've done a million of them, right? But I'm following the pattern. This is what I'm doing this time. I'm just doing that pattern. And I don't want to introduce my own little tips and tricks on my own little thing. So like, I should have considered that, and I didn't think we were really going to notice it too bad since some variegated was going to be involved. But after Not after the fact. As soon as I do it, I see it, but whatever, doesn't bother me. It's like pixelation. That's what I'm trying to say. Sorry, pixelation. So I'm gonna ignore that side. I'm gonna keep showing you this side. It'll work for its intended use, right? So then the next one that I worked on is one from Ophelia Talks, and it is more of a produce bag. We still used a 4mm hook, and this one's about 120 grams. And so I used a similar color as she was using. This one's called Deep Turquoise. That's the color that I used. And then she used a really bright color for the drawstring, and I wanted to use a bit more of a matching one or a muted one or whatnot. So this is called Deep Turquoise. I think I put the wrong band on this one. This is not Deep Turquoise. What's this one called? This one is called Aqua Ombre. So these were the two that I put together. And so it's this great little produce bag that's got the little cinching top. And her little video is so cute. She shows you, she goes into the market and puts her little apples or whatever here in her bags when she's done making the market bag or the produce bag. There's another one that I watched her do, and it had really big loops that you know, you start with the band up at the top, so you know that the mouth of the bag is going to be this big, and then you start doing like chain fives and single crochets into the loops, and it gets big, and I end up totally losing my place on where I'm at on the increases or whatever. So I ended up frogging that and just coming to a more simplistic pattern of hers. But yeah, good and sturdy cotton, you know, any colors that you want to use at all. And you can use this technique for so many things. Like, I think it's exactly the same if you're going to do like a soap bag. You put a bar of soap in a little bag. It's the same thing, only a smaller idea. So some start at the bottom, some start at the top. I just like working on different ones. So that was another little fun one. And then this one, I changed up the coloring so it doesn't look anything like hers whatsoever. And this one was from Crochetdreamz. She calls it a 2-hour market bag. I'm going to beg to differ. It is an easy bag. She uses the word easy in the title, and so I agree with her there. I don't know if it's 2 hours though, because I crochet pretty quick, and I mean, I didn't sit down in a closed room with my 2-hour timer and going with it, but it was rather quick. And again, because I changed up the striping a little bit, you know, you can just do what you want. So here is my version. I kind of liked using that lighter color. This one is called Delicate, and it's got these great little blues and pinks and purples that pop through it. And the yarn changes from this green, like here's the yarn is more green, and then here the yarn is yellow. So I really like these skeins. I got them, I think, on my most recent Hobby Lobby adventure. And then I used this other color called Periwinkle, of course, for the middle section. Now she just does one color for the bottom up and then does a different color for the rest of it. So I had to go against the grain, of course. So I like that one. The holes are a little bit bigger. I used a 5.5mm hook instead. And when you go into, you know, a chain space like this to do your double crochets, it goes so much quicker than if you're trying to actually go into a stitch. So I enjoy it for that. And it's one that, you know, we've seen a million times. I'm trying to hold it up and show you at the same time. You've got some straights. So these are 3 double crochets. And then you've got rows of shells, and they alternate the way that they stack. So I would keep track of seeing where I was, like, so here's one double crochet cluster, and then, well, I guess here's 3, and then here's 2 5s, and then here's 2 3s, and then here's 1 5, and then you repeat. Here's 1 3, here's 2 5s, here's 2 3s, here's 1 5. And so you just slip stitch. So like if you ended your round here and you needed to start up here, you would just slip stitch over. So it's a really, really easy pattern. I enjoy this very much. This too looks like a top. Kind of funny. But nice little market bag. You know, it's going to stretch a little bit. So You're not going to put an ink pen in here. You're going to lose your keys, that kind of thing. But certainly loaves of bread or tomatoes or whatever else you're going to put in here. So I like when, and this one was, if I didn't say, 140 grams of yarn. As you guys know, I do enjoy working with multiple patterns at the same time like this, multiple size hooks. Now that's the other thing that I might normally do, is make another one in the same pattern but with a different size hook. I just changed up patterns and just one of them called for a bigger hook, that's all. So yeah, I'll link all the patterns for these down below. I had a lot of fun with them, and I know I want to create some of them again with different color patterns as you're working it. So have fun with that if you're going to give this a shot. So thanks so much for sitting with me today. I hope you enjoyed my little cotton bags, my little market bags. They're not mine. I don't want to say that. So if you guys have any cotton yarn that you were looking to, figure out what to do with, whether it was scraps, since I've given you the grammage, the weight on how much you're going to need for each of these bags, you could use scraps, mix and match colors, whatever you want to do. And I just love working on cotton, like kind of in groups like this. I don't generally make like one pot holder and be done. I have to make some multiple ones. I have to change up the colors. I have to change up the hook sizes. So here's a couple of different examples. My most favorite in life are these clover hooks. And this would normally be the 4mm hook that I picked up. Now this one throws me for a loop because it is my 4mm hook, but it's in a blue. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, this one came in like a gift pack where I think it's like a little zippered pouch, and you've got like some notions in there, like little stitch counters and stitch markers and little sewing needles, quilted needles or whatever to sew in your ends, things like that. I think this came in one of those. So it's not the same color, and it always throws me for a loop, but it's still good to have when all my normal clover hooks are away with other projects. And then this is one that I tried out. I only have this one. This is the clover, the other clover kind. Trying to get close up there so you can see it is a clover. I can't see if that's in focus or not. Anyway, it's a little bit different because it's a flat handle completely. Now, everybody's got their options on what ergonomics they like. These clover armor hooks have the flat section here that I partake in and quite enjoy. These other ones are a little bit different because they're rounded down here, and then they have a flat section, and then it's rounded again here. And this one's kind of flat all the way down at the handle, and then it kind of goes to a flat round, but it's thicker up here. So I remember buying this one and another size, probably an H, at the same time when I was trying out different hooks to see what I might like. And I took the other one back because I don't need another H hook, but I had already opened this one and tried out this one to use. So I don't mind it so much. I do use it from time to time by choice. So I don't know what your favorites are, of course. List them down below. We like to talk about what our favorite products are, right? So, all right, guys, that's my little produce market bag journey for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for your time today. I really do appreciate you. I hope you have a wonderfully blessed day, and do come back and see me again. Thank you. Bye-bye.